In this video, I'd like to demonstrate a relatively new solution that has appeared on the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Power landscape. It's called Power Virtual Agent. Now, Power Virtual Agent itself is a solution that allows you to drop what amounts to a chatbot on your website. And that chatbot can be configured to answer questions automatically based on trigger phrases and things like that. There's a little bit to this. I'm not going to go deeply into this now. I'll do it in another video. But the point is that once you've created a chatbot that has some logic behind it and delivers some information, you can just drop it on your website and let people chat with that virtual agent. Now, there's a lot of services out there that do that. But this particular service is very interesting because if you then decide that you'd like to catch any escalations from a virtual chatbot that can't quite answer the questions that the visitor is looking for, you can do that with an add-on called Omnichannel for Customer Service. Now, Omnichannel for Customer Service supports a number of channels, hence the name Omnichannel. It's an add-on for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Service. What's interesting about it is that it's a relatively seamless handoff. Once you get it all configured, it takes a few steps to get it configured, but once you get it configured, it's a pretty sweet solution in my opinion, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it. I'm going to explain what you're looking at briefly. On the left, as you can see, this is the Dynamics 365 Omnichannel for Customer Service client, if you will. It's essentially a dashboard, and this is the live agent. This is the human being on the left that's just kind of sitting around doing their job and their tasks, and they might receive an escalation from the virtual agent. Over on the right is a little mocked-up website. So it's a website, and there's a chat bot on the website. Let's chat. You've seen this 1,000 times, I'm sure. But watch what happens. So this particular chat bot has some topics configured, and we're going to go ahead and go through those for a moment. So I'm a visitor, and I'm hitting the website. This is essentially a split screen. Let's just be clear. This person over here is not this person over here. This person on the right is the visitor. This person on the left is working in some call center or office somewhere else. Visitor lands on the site. Let's chat. Welcome to live chat support, connecting to the bot, and then an agent will be with you in a moment, and you get a greeting. So there's the virtual agent greeting you. Now, what's interesting is that the topics can be configured in a way to sort of lead the visitor down a conversation, providing options for them. As you can see, there's several options here. And it's asking, are you interested in this? Are you interested in that? I'm going to go ahead and click Job Seeker. Let's see what the agent says. Has your job been affected by COVID-19? I'll go ahead and say yes. And then more questions ensue, more information. There's different programs. So the topics of the Power Virtual Agent is a configurable, customizable experience for people who are hitting websites that have a lot of information, and this is a guided sort of conversation. So this is still a virtual agent. There's no human beings involved right now except the visitor, which is me, to the website. I'll go ahead and ask about 211, whatever that is, and then I get all kinds of information about that. And you want to know if I want to ask about more services. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And you see we're being guided, and then these are the kinds of things. And I decide, wait a minute, there's nothing here. There's something else that I'm really looking for. There's something here in front of me right now. This isn't going to quite do it. I might say, I have another question. Didn't understand. What can I help you with today? And at this point, I'm just going to type agent. I want to talk to an agent. That's it. I just want to talk to somebody. I need to talk, or I need a human or something like that. It doesn't matter. I'm now transferring to one of our career agents for further assistance. So as you can see on the left, the person who's in this call center has now received an invitation to begin to chat from a visitor on the website. Now there's a time. This is configurable. It's going to count down to 120 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. As I accept that, what happens is right in my dashboard, the entire conversation has been deposited for me to see what this customer was interacting with the chatbot. What were they saying? What were they asking about? I can review this entire situation. And then what's great about it is that built into the system is this these sort of set of quick replies, which of course is configurable. You can create your own. And as you can see here, allow me to enter as your chat agent. Hello, you're chatting with. So I'm going to click on that. And I'll go ahead and, if you look at this, you'll see my name was a variable is already thrown in there, and you can see what it looks like on the right. How can I help you? You're chatting with Owen. Now I'm a human being. I'm not a virtual agent anymore. And then they can say like, hi. And we can have the conversation back and forth, as you might imagine. And again, there's lots of things that you can do using Omnichannel, such that if you look at this, you can see that I can initiate a consult with other agents or supervisors, which actually means that they will join the conversation on the background. The customer might not see it, won't see it. I can also initiate a transfer to another agent or supervisor, in which case I can make use of one of the automatic replies here saying that I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to escalate, let's see if we can find that. There you go. I'm going to transfer. If they say yes, I'll go ahead and do that transfer to somebody else. Of course, we'll have to have somebody else using Omnichannel to do that, but then they'll get an invitation. And I can even check out any knowledge articles that can help me interact with this person if they are available. I can also create internal conversations. So if I type an internal message and there is somebody else that I've brought into the consult, I can say something like, they are asking about so forth and so on. And the only people that will see this are the people that are Omnichannel users. As you can see, nothing happening over on the right. I'm having an internal conversation. Then I can go back to the public and I can say, have I helped you? And we can just say yes, and then I can sort of, either person can end the conversation. If this person says goodbye and closes this, that will end the conversation. And then this person over here, the Omnichannel user, can also. There is a little bit of interesting sentiment. If I type something like, thanks so much, as you can see, I've got a slightly positive. It just changed to slightly positive. So there's some sentiment analysis that is sort of coded into the system, which is kind of nice. Now, what you'll notice is that a clock is ticking, and that's really just for analytics. It's just to show how long an agent is spending with particular customers. And if you'll notice, that started when the escalation happened. When this virtual agent transferred over to this human, that's when the clock started ticking. What you'll be interested to see is that if I click end now and say goodbye, so if I just said bye, and then I went ahead and ended the conversation on this side, you'll notice that it starts to tick again. So the conversation's captured, the actual conversation, but now I may want to do something. This is over. This person's done, and you can see here Owen Scott has ended the conversation. I'm out now on this side. I'm going to close this. But it's still ticking. Why? Because you may want to wrap up. You may want to take some notes. You might want to actually link this entire conversation with somebody in the system who may be already there. If there is somebody already there that you knew who they were, you could actually select them. It could be a company, or it could be a contact, a person. Maybe there was a person there, Abraham McCormick, that you chatted with. You can also create a brand new contact based on the relationship you just established with one of these customers. I'll go ahead and choose a contact at this point. And now what I've done is I've just linked the customer to the conversation. I've linked this person to this conversation. Now at this point, I can go ahead, I'm still wrapping up. You can see it's still ticking away. I can start to take some notes, and I can say, put in a note, click add note. Now what's happened is that this entire conversation goes underneath that contact in Microsoft Dynamics 365 automatically, as well as those notes. We'll go ahead and maximize this so you get a sense of it. So now that I'm done with the conversation and I'm done with my notes, I've wrapped it up. Now I'm going to truly end this experience. The way to do that is simply click this X, close the session. Now if I click on that, you'll see that it'll say you'll lose any unsaved changes, which there are none. I've saved everything. And you won't be able to return to it later. And that's the idea. The idea is that once you close this out, that particular conversation has been wrapped up and it's over. Just that conversation. And then it gets eventually pushed over to the closed work items. If I were to refresh, it probably happens already. It's probably already set over to the closed work items. It happens in the background. The important thing, though, is as you can see, I'm now sort of refreshed, and now the system is going to go up and it's going to get a conversation control ready for me and set my availability to available again, because it knows that I'm no longer associated with anyone, and I can go ahead and take another chat. I can take another escalation from the website. And you can have as many people as you have licenses for to use this service. And you can see right away, there it is. It just finished and it made me available again. And then in terms of, the way that the data lands and where the data ends up, this is the Omnichannel for customer service. But if I click on the customer and I actually go into what amounts to Microsoft Dynamics, and now I'm looking at the customer, the contact information, as you can see, I've got conversations in the timeline, just like you'd see an email, just like you'd see a phone call, just like you'd see an appointment, and anything else. So I have to say that this is an excellent solution. It's a seamless handoff transfer, and the notes automatically flow into the contact. And if you're a Microsoft Dynamics CRM user, you see all of the information transparently across the entire organization that has access to Abraham McCormick's record. Hope that helps. Thanks.